The destiny of Dai Grepher. Dai Grepher, who can control the power of dragons. The dragons not only responded to the brave way he and his men fought, but the way he believed in his friends and himself. However, at one time, he was swallowed up by the powers of darkness. His ultimate fate is the warrior who controls dragons. Ever since he was young, the sword was completely a part of him. Even though he was of common birth, he walked forth with confidence in his swordsmanship. A female warrior is his arch-nemesis. Because they met on the battlefield, they are enemies. He refused to go easy on her just because she was a woman. But his sword was sent flying due to an unexpected force, and they were forced to postpone their fight. He once again encountered the female soldier he failed to defeat in the past. The time is now. Although he got fired up, he ended up being flung into a different unknown dimension, due to a dimensional distortion. Solidarity with his comrades. On the battlefield, the difference between winning and losing is working with your friends, comrades and allies. The warriors fight on the front lines, relying on the spellcasters to cover them from the rear. The enemy spellcasters cast a summoning curse. Monsters nearly got him, but he was saved from this desperate situation by his spellcaster allies. When he was sent to a different dimension by the female soldier, his spellcaster friends created magic that could open the door to a different dimension. As long as he has friends, he's invincible. The paths of destiny. Dragon warrior, or demon overlord? The light and darkness dwelling in the hero's heart. His troops, who had marched forth with him from enemy to enemy, were annihilated. He managed to find refuge in the forest without much trouble, but he stumbled into strange, confusing woods, and ended up at the paths of destiny. Rise of the Dragon Warrior. By choosing the right way, he meets Spirit Ryu. With the power of Spirit Ryu, he becomes Ryu Senshi and returns to where his friends are. Taken over by the sword he stole. If Grepher continued to be lost in the forest, he ends up being attacked by a diabolic fiend. He manages to slay the fiend, but his sword breaks in the process. For lack of a better choice, he grabs the giant sword the demon has with it. The result of corruption is, the large sword Grepher took with him was in fact the fiend's real body. The fiend took over his brawny body. He tried to resist, and while he refused to give up his body, his heart fell into darkness. He completely changed.